Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Earth and Body Ecosystems, where we explore the connection between our bodies and the earth surrounding us, and so much more. And sometimes we boldly go where maybe no one has gone before. Remember, if you're listening to this podcast, please like, comment, and subscribe, no matter where you're listening or if you happen to see a video. We really appreciate that. And if you would like a tarot reading with me or herbal consulting, please message me at colorcauldron@yahoo.com. That's colorcauldron @yahoo.com. Hope you enjoy the podcast. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Earth and Body Ecosystems. So my scheduled guest was unable to make it for some sad reasons. So hopefully we'll be able to get her on sometime soon. She is a freedom fighter, and what she's fighting for is, for all of us, is freedom of choice. And she has my utmost support on that. So I thought we would do a tarot reading. It's been such a long time since I've done any type of tarot reading on a video or that thereof. So let's look into what's going on in the world, especially in the United States. There's so much going on. So we can look and see where we're headed, see what the tarot and the oracle cards have to say for us. So let's do some, in general, as a population, where are we at right now? Let's do like just real simple 4 cards. Where are we at right now? And you can hear me shuffling if you're on the podcast side. So let's see, where are we at right now? So we have the Fool, and we have the Queen of Wands. And the lighting is not doing so great for the video. And we have the King of Cups and 7 of Pentacles. So let's start. For those that you can see, this is the Fool. And in this deck, I will explain, there is an alligator in the bottom, and there's a person with a quarter moon on his head and a lot of stars. And so the Fool is about new beginnings, hope, but it's also foolishness too. It's not just about taking that leap of faith. It's that, but so much more. I think this means, as a society, we have a lot of decisions to make. Where are we headed? What's important to us? He's not grounded. His feet are not on the ground in this picture. So he's not grounded in present reality. He's not firmly on the earth plane. So I think this is telling us we need to get grounded, especially when the next card that comes up is the Queen of Wands. And she's a fiery symbol. She's the lion and the tigress, right? So she wants to get things done. And she's very passionate about it. She's very creative about it. And she's also has to be grounded. To have all that passion, it has to be rooted somewhere. And so I can see this as a root chakra, being grounded in the body. So being connected to that earth, so you know what's going on in your surroundings, so that you're aware of your surroundings. To me, this is all about, also about creative potential. It's about passion. What are you passionate about? As a society, what is our passion? So we go from there to the 7 of Pentacles. And this 7 of Pentacles, right, is a woman, and she has horses flying above her, and she's standing in a field of flowers. So she is definitely rooted in who she is, but she also has flights of fancy. because we had the horses floating above her with a sliver of a quarter moon. So it's like we're consumed, society is consumed by the work, but they're dreaming of freedom. Because that's what the flight of fancy can reveal is, what are you dreaming about? Being free. In her mind, she wants to be free. Free of all these earthly chores and these earthly cares. And so with the Queen, we go back to the Queen of Wands, because I didn't describe you, but she's redheaded and fiery, and she has a lion in front of her, and she has her shield and her staff. And her staff is blooming into a flower, and a flame is behind her head. And for some reason, I think this is about the United States and where we're at right now. It makes me think about the Statue of Liberty. And what does the Statue of Liberty stand for but freedom? Giving me your meek and your huddled masses, it says on it. Those that are yearning to be free. And lastly, we come to the Knight of the Cups. And the Knight of Cups has a cup in his hand. And his steed or his horse is a unicorn. He carries a shield of a labyrinth, which is the labyrinth. It's a path to the inner being, the inner knowing. And you return from this inner path a changed person. And he also has a huge cup. And he looks like Hermes, the great messenger. So there are messages that will be coming for us. We need to pay attention about liberty, freedom, and work. We need to pay attention to all that because there are messages coming. And also in this cloak of this Knight of Cups is fish swimming. So this is all about emotions too. So where are we emotional? What are our emotions driving forward as a collective? Well, let's see now with that about where we are. So we're at the stage of the Fool where we need to be grounded. And the message is not to get lost in the dreaming, but to get into action. What does the Statue of Liberty stand for? She stands for freedom. She lifts up her torch in the harbor to bring freedom. And let's pull a card from the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, which is one of my faves, and see the message that has for us of where we are at right now. And we get companions, number 14. This is artwork by Amy Brown, and I love her artwork. So what does number 14, companions, have to say for us? Let me find it very quickly. No dramatic pause, right, for the guidance. Companions, wherever you walk not alone. You are gifted with companionship from other realms. Interdimensional beings are there to assist you in all things, merely waiting for your call. Your angels and spirit guides are there to guide you in all your earthly ventures. So there's the word earthly. The elemental realm is there to help you ground to nature and work with her. So we said, the Fool in the deck I'm working with is not grounded. So here the guidance is asking us and telling us that the elemental realm is there to help us ground. They help us tend our gardens and forests from where we receive food, beauty, and shelter. So they're saying that the fairies work round the clock. So when we are in need of guidance, we may ask for their help in any area of our lives and being for every need. Attuning yourself to hear their guiding message All it takes is listening. So angels, spirit guides, or fairies, whoever you work with, right? Blessed am I who walk upon the earth, for I am in constant communion with all beings of God. I am protected and nurtured and sheltered in their presence. They guide me and give me comfort. What a blessed union we have here. I give thanks for the blending of worlds. So be it. I love the way the oracles always seem to cap off a reading. They're really good for that. So now that we kind of know where we're at, that we're kind of the seekers, and the seeker is learning to be grounded within the earth by using creativity and using the light and the torch of freedom. So let's see where the cards say that we may be headed. And remember, with any reading, it's all probability, and it's where we're at right now, that we have the power to change things. So remember that. So no reading is really ever set in stone. We have the power to change. But in some of the readings I've done, they've been very predictive. So let's see. So we have the Lovers first off. So the Lovers is, to me, what it says. It's about connection. It's about companionship, seeking out others, divine union of spirit and God, divine union of the male and the female, that connection, that communion, that coming together. To me, this is togetherness. And it also symbols love, love from the divine, love from the angels, because there's an angel above the lovers. So that divine love coming down into the hearts and the minds of men and women. That's what it's really saying to me. So that's where we're headed if we choose wisely. But if we don't choose wisely, we will be drowned in sorrow, because we have here the Five of Cups. And this, you can see, those that can see, the cups are spilt. 3 cups are spilt. And a person with great sorrow on their face stands between 2 cups that are upright and full, and reflecting the light of the rainbow. And butterflies fly out of the cups as the sun rises. But this gigantic wave is ready to overtake the person who is staring at the sorrow of the 3 cups. So this is saying to me, there's an emotional tidal wave that is coming. Be prepared. What is past is past. Let it go, because you need to see what's ahead and what's coming. Because there's a huge tidal wave of emotion coming. And you must grasp onto those cups, 2 cups that are yet unturned, and hold on, because it's going to be one hell of a ride. Then we go back to the Queen of Wands. She shows up in our future. And for me, she's saying liberty. And she is dressed in all red. She is fire. She is passionate. She is a lioness. She is the optimum of creativity. So seek thy freedom in the emotional depths. Allow the fire of passion and freedom and flame to burn away the tidal wave of emotion that is coming. Let it kindle the fire to unite the steam, to turn all those watery emotions into steam so that they can dissipate. And the last card we have is the Queen of Swords. And to me, she is the divine truth. For in this card, she is depicted with angel wings and a butterfly on her bodice. Her crown is the stars of the heavens, and they reach up into the heavens. The eagle is the spiral, is her shield. It could be her dress. And she carries with her the sword. And the swords represent wisdom and truth, honesty, integrity. Of course, that can be flipped on its upside down with no integrity, no honesty. But she is the sword. To me, because she is the queen of swords. She's the optimum of truth. And she knows how to wield her sword and as words, and she uses it wisely. So in this tidal wave of emotion, the sword of truth will arise. The fires will be lit and kindled. And we will march onward in pursuit of liberty once again. So let's see what the Oracle has to say for us. And we got winter. And in this, a woman is cloaked in a purple cloak. The trees are barren. In between, she acts like she is ready to open a door. So what does winter have to say? And I think it's interesting, we have winter coming on, don't we, now? Will this be a long winter, or the key word here is rejuvenation? Winter is part of the transformation of life within the great cycle, the dormancy in nature, and all that dwells on earth. You may feel like pulling into the ruby cave and being alone with yourself in spirit. Is it time to observe your inner workings and to work with the great mystery of life? Change is in the air, but before it can manifest, you must rest up for the activity of spring. This is time to gather your energies to you. This card is saying that you're almost ready for the next phase of life. Before you step into it, you must rest and hibernate in a winter's cave. So let's see what the chant is. Spirit of winter, wrap me in the warmth and contentness of life at rest. Bring to me the knowledge that I am housed in spirit. No matter what goes on in the world outside, I am in harmony within my heart. Winter's chill cannot find me. I gladly accept this period as my time for rejuvenation. I choose to suspend myself in the radiance of winter's light and light. Warm and peaceful and brilliant is my journey within. So be it. So take this time to embody winter's time for real. So gather yourself for winter. Be prepared for winter, for there is emotional tidal wave coming. None of us will be left untouched by it. We must stand strong as the Statue of Liberty. She keeps coming out. And we must stand strong and resilient like the Queen of Wands with her passion and her fire, but also find our core, find our truth, and stand with our truth, and stand in our truth with our words as our shield. So that's the message for us ahead. So what else would we look at? So that's us as a society of where we're headed. And I know there's a lot of talk about the financial and the political and the everything and all that stuff. But basically, where are we as a society? What are we headed for? What are we doing? You know, what's our destiny? Are we destined to still be a country? That's something that comes up in my mind. And if you've heard me talk before, ever since the 2011 eclipse that went through the middle of the country, I felt that this country would be split. And I feel we are split in many different ways. But I feel, my personal feeling, and I want to see if the cards, let's have the cards say, is the United States split in different factions, basically? And will that, is that? Let's do just a few cards and see what we get. So we got Princess of Cups. Again, an emotional card. She's about emotion, but she's also like the innocence of emotion, or the beginning of emotion. She, in this card, let me describe it to you. You can see it. So those dolphins swim at the bottom of her cloak. She holds up a cup to the night sky. Doves flitter around it. Her shawl is full of flowers. Her hair, long and blonde. And she's offering the cup to the night, to the stars. There is a gazebo on the background, and it looks like she and the dolphins are being guided by a turtle. The Native Americans call this land Turtle Island. The phrase that comes from this is that we are but youngsters in the great cosmic scheme of things. We are a young country. We have adopted the symbol of peace. Is that our true destiny? So we're asking if we're split. So the next one we get is the Four of Swords. And in the Four of Swords, there are 4 trees beneath where a native looks like they are hibernating with a salmon beneath in the waters. And there are 3 bears also hibernating. So this is about rest. So this is about taking a rest or taking a break from the daily cares of life and pursuits. So it sounds like, okay, this is about our country. Are we split? And we're taking a rest, or a pause. And in the great cosmic scheme of things, we get the Two of Wands. And to me, there's a split. To me, that is confirmation that we of a country and of a people are split. And when I talked about the solar eclipse, so we have the sun between 2 fiery pillars that are coming out from the astrology wheel, with mountains in the background. So we are split. We are a split country. We have the 10 of Wands, which means it is finished. It is over. That's a completion card. 10 is completion. And the 10 of Wands is about burdens. And in this one, there is a man with a bear on his back. And the 5 wands on one side and 5 on the other. And they cross behind his shield of stars. So to me, this is the time has come. It is said, I have heard, that the cycles of a country is about 200 years. And we are past that now. So I see us breaking up. I really do. And I think that confirms it. Intuition is everything in reading tarot. Let's see what the Oracle has to say, and then I'll do one more reading for us. Nightlight. So here we have a fairy who is sleeping in flowers. She's fast asleep, like nothing can wake her from her dream. Let's just read the chant. I like the chants the best, or the prayer. Number is that 48. So dramatic pause while Heidi finds the book to read the chant that goes with this card. So the key word is dreams. Intuition and prophetic dreams. Oh, Spirit, I ask to be awakened to the knowledge of the universe. My soul hungers for wisdom of creation. I open to receive your teachings. I cast aside my unfounded fears, and I go forth in faith. So, since we are split, we still need to have faith and go forth in that faith. We need to go forth in that faith. So much. We need faith, and we need that hope, and we need that light, so we can make it through this long, dark winter and finally come out of the other side of where we have been for the last couple of years. So let's finish. And that was a yes for me, that we are split as a country. No matter how you see it, we are split. Now the question is there a chance for a rebirth? Not a redo, not coming back together, but a rebirth of something new and better. So we have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is completion again. But the Ten of Swords is about, it is finished, it is over, it is done. So this is a native who looks sort of like he is on a cross, and he's being electrified by all these swords that are coming in as lightning. So that's quite dramatic. Then we have the Emperor. Behind the Emperor is a tree. In front of the Emperor is some kind of a tiger. He sits on a throne with eagles. Behind him is an oak tree, strong and sturdy, and a white and black horse. So this is about a split. I see this with the horses behind it as going in two different directions. He has two eagles on the back of his chair. So again, we have eagles to the black horse and eagles to the white. So as we continue, we will go our separate ways. More secrets will be revealed about the truth of who our society really is, because we have the high priestess. She is clothed in stars. She has the polarities too of white, light, and dark. She is the keeper of wisdom, the keeper of knowledge, the keeper of secrets. So a lot's going to be revealed. And we end with a star in this 4-card reading. The star is a naked woman, 1 foot in the pool of water, 1 foot standing on stones, with a star behind her and waterfalls on either side of her. She's the optimum of hope. She is the optimum of hope and wishing, and wishful thinking also. It can be wishful thinking. But with these cards, I'm hearing that even though we will go our separate ways, we will create from all the knowledge that we have learned something new and something different. There will be 2 eagles that will be born out of this country or within this country. So those eagles I'm reminded of Incan prophecy of the condor and the eagle flying together as one, the joining of North and South America. But here we're talking about just the United States. And so there will be a split, left, right, light, dark, whatever we want to call it. Well, let's see what we are left with from the oracle. I'm looking 3 times. No, I just want to give it a good shuffle because I had the same card come up and I didn't want that. So we end with Magic Frog 32. So we have a frog sitting on a okay, what is that word? Toadstool or mushroom. And there's a fairy and they are having quite the conversation. It's like, okay, there, Mr. Toad, we have some things to talk about. A butterfly looks over is like landing on the frog's back. I really love this. It's very cute and whimsical. So, 32, and I will end with this as the sun shines in on me. And the child, so innocence, right? So this is new beginnings. As a child, we need to learn. They encourage innocence and imagination and make us believe in miracles. So the chant is that I leave you with today is, I am within. I am the child within. The child within is me. Together we can once again begin to live and dream. We play beside a wishing well. We run among the reeds. We cast about our eyes to see beyond the troubled seas. No longer do we sit and mope about what could have been. Today we reach for the stars and shout, for we are on the mend. Many blessings for everyone. Remember to get out there and breathe and enjoy the wild. And hopefully you enjoyed this little different type of podcast. Please comment, like, and subscribe in any platform that you may be viewing this on.